Today's show is sponsored by DraftKings Sportsbook. We talking about the top-rated sports booking app in all of North America. Safe, secure, reliable, and one of my personal favorites, baby, because everything that they offer. We talking about same-game parlays. We talking about prop bets. We talking about a lot of things to give you some options of how you want to, potentially make some more moolah. But on top of that, one of the cool things about DraftKings and what we are offering over here is the promo code. And as you can see with the promo code Moats, for my new customers, when you make that initial bet of $5, when you use that promo code Moats, you will receive $200 in bonus bets instantly. It is that simple. Super cool. And yeah, one of the things that I definitely like about them, but at the same time, you might develop a gambling problem. You might need some assistance. Well, if you live in New York, you see the number that you can text. But for everybody else, the digits to dial are 1-800-GAMBLER. Ooh, X-Concept says, yo, why does the league hate JPJ? Man, I thought that's what they said about Sauce Gardner. Sauce feels like everybody hates him, man, because they called him holding calls on them boys, man, and they have the bad rep. But, man, I look at it like this. When you play out there at corner, yeah, it comes with it. For every one Pat Surtain, right? And even with Pat, we act like we don't remember watching George Pickens give him fits, give him the business. And this is a guy that won Defensive Player of the Year. Everybody at this level is capable, but that is, to me, the hardest position on defense, right? I love being a pass rusher. It's the sexiest position on defense. I feel like it's a pass rusher. But the hardest position on the defense, for certain, is corner, man. You're guarding the best athletes, the biggest, fastest, can jump out the gym, and they know where they're going. These quarterbacks have elite level precision, accuracy, arm strength. The calls are also in favor for you in the sense of you can't be too handsy. You can't disrupt them. But flip side, they can bump you, push off, do whatever, and it's completely fine. Right? So you are automatically at a competitive disadvantage at that position. So you got to figure out ways to overcome that. And for the players that do get to play out there long enough to where, yeah, you can see some penalties happen. Okay, yeah. Because it's a passing league, the perception should be this is bad. Don't do this. Get them guys off the field. But if you're a person that's played defense at this level and understand that, hey, that's a part of defending those guys. And hey, you're going to get some flags thrown on you that are justified. And then you're going to get some flags thrown on you that aren't justified. But either way, you know what we say? Next play. At that position, you have to have an extremely short memory. Why? Because this happens all the time. But then you see the flip side. You make a play late in the game, nobody cares, right? You make a big play, at some point in the game, nobody cares. That's what it all boils down to, man. Make those plays. And for JPJ, man, he's still a young cornerback in the midst of that. So I don't think that the league necessarily hates him, but you know how that perception is, man. And that perception not always is reality, right? It isn't always reality. But I do feel like at times with social media, it's the common thing to do. And then you get up there and it's like, oh, well, everybody's saying it. And it's like, hey, man, is everybody really saying it? Or are the 1,000 people that you have in this one radius saying it when we're talking about the hundreds of thousands, maybe even millions of Steelers fans that don't feel like that about JPJ? So that's the other part of it, man. But it's the position too, bro. It's a tough position to play, man. For me, at least, that's the one that I look at. I'm like, man, I think quarterback is the hardest position to play on the field just because of what you have to know, along with what you have to be able to have skill-wise with that football, and largely due to the fact that a mistake from a quarterback equates to turnovers. That's the other part, right? A mistake from a quarterback, man, it's amplified. So that part to me adds to that. And the same at corner, man. When you make a mistake at corner, you hold a guy's spot foul, right? Or PS a spot foul. You slip at corner, man, that's a touchdown. So everything that you do, like I said, is amplified. So it takes a special type of person mentally to play out there. It takes a special type of person athletically to play out there. But to me, those two, man, those toughest, man. Then after that, you know what I'm saying? I feel like, edge rusher should be tough, unless you whip a lot of booty. Then it don't feel that tough at all. All right. Now let me stop playing. Shout out, man. Shout out to the guys. And I like that question, though, man. Or not even a question, that statement, more importantly, man. All right. All righty. Let's get it. But I do like that, though, man. But trust me, man, the same way that, in terms of X concept, the same way, though, that I'm talking about JPJ right now and everything he's doing for, the past years, maybe even 3 seasons now, Sauce Gardner, he's talked about in similar fashions just because of his style and because he's out there to the point that he doesn't mind getting 2, maybe even 3 penalties in that game. But if those 3 penalties mean that you didn't, have your receiver go over the top and hit them bombs on him, or though that receiver felt frustrated throughout the day because of that, man, you live with it. And that's the thing that who was it? Dick LeBeau, he would always say, man, if you try to stop everything, you're not going to stop anything, right? You got to pick what you want to guard against, and you have to live with the other side that comes with that. So if you're playing, a cover 3 defense because you want to be better against the run and you want to have that extra defender in the box, that safety down, great. But the flip side is you are going to have a little bit more stress if they have a 4 vertical approach, largely due to the fact that, hey, you're going to have a linebacker running up the seam on a wide receiver, or you're going to have a wide receiver just running down the field, 2 guys on 1 safety, right? Not a good feeling. But to me, that's the part where you just have to decide, what am I looking for? And that comes to the combination of coaching. When we're like, hey, man, coaches got to understand the tendencies. They have to understand probability, right? Man, it's 1st and 10, but they're 1st and 10 on their own 20 versus 1st and 10 at the 50 versus 1st and 10 from our 20. Those are 3 very different mindsets in terms of what you're trying to defend against, what you're anticipating, and more importantly, what you're willing to call. You live with the outcome of that, man. And like I said, man, sometimes or on occasion, you're right. And for the coaches like Coach Tom, statistics have shown throughout his career, he's been right more than he's been wrong. When you look at, a guy like Dick LeBeau, right, during his time, it was like, he was right a lot more than he was wrong. So that's all we're doing when we're out there, especially on defense. You're just trying to not guess. It's an educated guess, and then just have elite level reactions, right? It's like, man, if I know it can only be 2 out of 20 things, well, I feel great about defending those 2 things. Now you still got to be able to stop it, right? Is the matchup good on top of that? Because sometimes we say, hey, man, it's Jamar Chase over here, it's T. Higgins over here. We were right on everything, but we were still wrong because of that guy. And that also happened in this game versus Cincinnati. I talk about that on one of the plays. But that's some of the stuff, though. And shout out to y'all, man, too, man. Internet acted weird for a second. I don't know what it was. I should have picked up on it because my dog started barking. All right. I got 2 dogs, but I got the nice dog, which is Biggie. He's like super cool, chill, big papa, aka Biggie Smalls, aka Biggie Moats. And then you got Faith. She's kind of like Faith in the movie. You know what I mean? When she found out that, hey, yo, babe, you got somebody over there, I'm kicking in the door. All right. She got that energy. Okay. So it's a beautiful contrast, but usually she's the one that barks. Okay. She won't bark it. But big dogs bark. So I'm like, okay, Biggie, man, I should have known. He was probably alerting me like, yo, Pops, yo, the internet is acting weird. You're going to freeze for a second. So shout out to Biggie. Okay. Shout out to my dog letting me know. All right. Salute you. All right. I see it a little bit, man. All right.